So, hopefully, this video will be met with an open mind. Hopefully, people hear me out. I have been trying to watch more YouTube videos. And I hear a lot of people talking about the black media. We've picked up the banner of being the black media, some channels. And when I look at the black media and the so-called black media, and as they're exposing racism, which I respect, exposure of racism to let people know what's going on out here. One of the things that black media seems to be lacking is the counter of white media. Let me explain. White media is able to propagandize blackness and have been hell since the beginning. I mean, there's not one era of black people being here since the media's inception that black people haven't been propagandized in some type of way. You had doctors in on this shit, entire government in on this shit, media in on this shit, where they've made you equal to the thug, the welfare queen, the broken family, the model of the broken family. They've used this propaganda to make this your identity. And they create this identity, and then they turn around and black people spend your whole life trying to not be what y'all call stereotypes. White folk made y'all do that. That's the power of black media, or white media rather. That's been the power of white media. They are able to give you something that you don't want to be. Quote unquote ghetto. Quote unquote ratchet. I'm not saying you should aspire to be ghetto or ratchet, but they are able to turn this into blackness. This is what black is. Look at them. They're just thugs, ball players, twerkers, which we kind of do the twerking thing to ourselves, honestly, but nonetheless, they are able to create a caricature. And we'll spend all our time trying not to be the stereotype. That's very important to a lot of black people. I'm not going to be the stereotype. But what I notice about black media is that black media does not cover the truth of the pathology, the mentality of white folk. Black media, what they seem to do is say, oh, well, black or white folk racist. Look at them being racist over here in California. Look at them being racist over here in Wisconsin. Look at them being racist over here in Minnesota, in New York. Look at them being racist in South America. Look at them being racist in Europe. Look at them being racist. That's all you get. Look, you get racist updates to where you would believe that all white folk is racist. Not saying anything's wrong with that. But there's more to white folk than just racism. You got to look at their pathology, their mentality historically. These motherfuckers were degenerates when it wasn't nobody around them but them. Their degenerate behavior. When there was no one else around. There was nobody for them to be racist towards. When it was just them living around them motherfuckers still savages. Been savages. The whole fucking time. Not just racist. So when we have what we've allowed to happen is that these motherfuckers become the model for what we're supposed to be. They set the standard for y'all. Y'all let them come call y'all thugs. Y'all let them come call y'all drug addicts. And you never look at these motherfuckers and call them thugs. Black media isn't being used to create a narrative about white folk. Other than them being racist. They more than that. They more than just racist, y'all. Them motherfuckers are addicts. Them motherfuckers are thugs. Them motherfuckers are drug dealers. Swindlers. Thieves. The original thief. The original deadbeat. Y'all let them come tell you that y'all families are broken because y'all not married. Meanwhile, they'll get married, beat the shit out of their wives, beat the shit out of their kids, abuse their kids, rape their kids. They can do anything to anybody, but they married. So that family is intact. They ain't broken like you niggas. Y'all have let even their terminology define you. Your family broken because it ain't like theirs. Their family been broken. Their households been broken. Their households been motherfucking degenerate. But y'all letting them come tell y'all what to be, how to be, create the standards for you. You think the dope boy in the hood, you think he's selling drugs? You believe that? I used to think that too. I guess I can see how you could believe it. He moving weight, got some bricks, you know. You think y'all moving weight? No, you ain't moving shit compared to the white man. Guns, everything, all forms of contraband, the white man and his mama. They the thugs. What they did was take their media and make you and paint you as this example. And I feel like more of these people that call themselves the black media should be exposing this pathology. Not just that white folk are racist, because that's not enough. That doesn't fully explain the situation. The trick they've played on you was that they are the moral compass. They set the standards. You want your family to be like theirs. That's the program. That's how propaganda works. You want your shit set up just like theirs. And their shit ain't even functional. The only reason it looks functional is because they stole every goddamn thing. So they have the wealth to make it look like it's working. But that wealth ain't real. I'm not saying the wealth ain't real in that way. What I'll say is the wealth wasn't gained by their quote-unquote hard work. It's gained by their savagery. And because they have that wealth, and because you admire money so much, and you admire people who are so-called doing good, they are able to make you hate yourself and paint themselves as the moral authority, as the good ones, as righteous. And y'all allow them to do this. Even though their behaviors, historically, even before they got around black folk, you can go look at and study, do any amount of research on the Dark Ages. Someone called the Middle Ages. Medieval times, as they would call them. Look at these nasty motherfuckers. Look how sick they are. How they degrade and disrespect their women. Which led to the feminist movement later on. Raping them just cuz. Gay as hell. Not just being feminine, full-blown gay. Pedophilia. Bestiality. These are the motherfuckers that y'all look up to. Because that's the power of the white media. And I feel like if we're going to have a black media, we have to be balancing these motherfucking scales. Show them for what they are and all that they are. Not just racist. That's what they, as some would say, the statement or the quote, the tip of the goddamn iceberg. Is there racism? Now, sure, that's a degenerate behavior. But that's just the tip of the fucking iceberg. If you study the history, these motherfuckers is sick, man. But they're able to come in here and tell y'all what to do. Tell y'all how to be. How to live. Be the model family. Y'all have allowed this shit. And black media, I need for y'all to do more than just say, oh, they racist. Got it. Check. But they use their media for more than just saying black people thugs. They'll create a whole entire ideology about black people based on one or two of us or a few of us. Based on where they put us. They're able to create an entire pathology on where they shoved us into these ghettos with redlining. Giving all this land to white folks so they can build wealth and stick us in the ghettos. These motherfuckers they make us look like we the drug addicts. Look at their addiction rates. Have y'all ever gave any thought to that? Do you ever wonder why the fuck white folk are on such large amounts of drugs. They white. Got the wealth, got all this shit. They told black people that black folk are basically degenerates because we're drug addicts. Some, I've heard some black scholars say that we're using it as a form of escapism. And I can see that. Growing up in the hoods, in the ghettos, I can see it being used as a form of escapism. What the fuck white folk out here doing? These motherfuckers meth heads on heroin. They made y'all believe that the ghetto was synonymous with all forms of crime, but they don't really talk much about this trailer park, do they? Anybody gonna deal with the trailer park? Now you have some white folk, and here's what they've been able to do. They'll take their trailer park trash, their poor whites, and make it seem like, well, they don't represent us. They didn't do what they did to y'all. The would-be lower caste black people represent all black people. Because that's what the media, the power of white media, that's what they've been able to do. That's what they did to y'all. That's what they did to us. But why are you on heroin? Why are you on meth? Opioid crisis, as they call it? It's not a crisis to me. You know? These motherfuckers been on drugs, hard drugs, for a long fucking time. But you know who they turned into the crackhead? Who they made the crackhead? Black folk. So guess who the face was for all things drug related? Black folk. Guess who did that? The media. They're not just painting you as a thug. So our media can't just paint them as racist. You have to show their degeneracy. What is making white folk be addicted? If we're addicted due to us using it as a form of escapism, or something being inherently broken within us, what the fuck wrong with white folk then? There's no studies on that. Because they're not going to study themselves to expose themselves that way. They won't do that. They don't come study you. Why is Brad a meth head? What is Susan doing on heroin? Why is Stephanie and John on goddamn opioids? What's wrong with them? What are they suffering from? Where's the psychology on that? Where's the studying on that? Black media. I'm calling out to all forms of black media. We must use our platforms to expose racism. We must. I get that. But that can't be all we do. These motherfuckers have ran a propaganda media campaign on black folk for centuries. Before it was on TV, it was in the goddamn newspapers. They had scientists on board with a lot of this shit. The smart people pathologizing black people. So I feel like black media needs to be doing more than just saying white people are racist. Because white media did more than just call you a thug. They justified your killing. You were degenerate in every way. Now some of us are opening up and our minds are opening up to the truth. But they was lying on us, not telling the whole truth. All we gotta do is come out and tell the truth. Go talk to Susan, Brad, John. Talk to some of these motherfuckers. Listen to them tell you about their households when they grew up. It wasn't all good. We like to believe that as we want to follow these mother. It wasn't all good. Susan was raped by her own daddy. Susan might have fucked around and liked it. Might have had a whole full-blown relationship with her own daddy. The mom allowed it. Now baby on drugs. Well, can we talk about what happened to Susan? Or are we going to continue to let the motherfuckers who are responsible for this shit Are we going to continue to let them define who we are as we looking for their fucking validation? They the moral standard. Because ain't nobody telling the truth about them. They're using their media to lie on us, make us hate ourselves. And all we using our media to do is say white folk racist. The so-called black media. We got to do more than that. And this comes to the people who watch the black media, who follow black media, who get information from black media. Tell them they got to give you a little bit more than white folk racist. Because they've done more to you. They've done more to us than that with their media outlets. They created an entire profile for you, for who you are. And that's in every area. You're not just a thug. You are everything. You are the face of everything negative in this country. The media has been able to do that shit. We're the face of pedophilia. How? How are we letting them get away with that? When we know who the original pedophile is. We're the face of all things sexually deviant. We've allowed them to do this shit. And I've talked about this. I talked about this when I talked about R. Kelly before. And people got mad at me for it. Because they felt like I was siding with R. Kelly. Because black people are stupid inherently. They just being stupid, trying to just missing points. Y'all let this white media make R. Kelly the face of pedophilia and sexual deviance. Not saying that he's not a pedophile or he's sexually deviant. But the face? Have y'all studied the European? The colonizers? Did you study this motherfucker? He shouldn't be able to do that. Him or his mama shouldn't be able to come out here and make black people the face of sexual deviance. They shouldn't be able to do that, but they can. And black people's role in this is that they support it. We support everything. We are the face of everything negative in this country. The only thing we haven't took over yet is bestiality. That's the only thing. Everything else, every other degenerate behavior they've had, historically, black people are the face of it. Well, incest too. I think maybe incest. Incest and bestiality, I think they still holding on to those. They haven't found a way to kind of push those off on us too much. They try to do it with the movie Precious. I feel like that was a stab at incest. To try to make us the face of incest as well. We having kids with our own kids essentially and shit like that. Little nasty shit like having kids with your brother and sister. They haven't been able to really fully put that on us yet. That or bestiality. But if they could find a way, they would. And black folk would be like, yep. Because we say yep about everything they say about us. Uh-huh. Yep. We don't look at where this shit came from. We don't look at who's engaging in these behaviors the most. We've let them make us the face of welfare. Black women are the welfare queens. And it don't matter what the numbers say. And y'all black folk allow this shit. Y'all don't, yeah. It's like, our part in all of this is for us, how we, I guess, feed this monster is that we agree with all of it. We don't care if the reality shows opposite. We gonna agree with it. They said we was a welfare. They got the movies, they got the shows. They show us in this way. Well, it must be true. How many times you seen a white so-called welfare queen on a movie or something, on a show? But you take a black show or a black, series that may be in the hood or in the ghettos. You don't see much shows coming up out of the trailer park. No, I ain't gonna show you that. We allow this shit. That's the power of white media. That's the power, that's the way in which they've used it. Everything negative is you, black folk. It's all you. Crime, rape, hell, muggings, you know, they're going to make us the face of the goddamn sex trafficking. I'm sure. I mean, now that it's, I mean, you got all these black women being missing, which again, as I've alluded to before, this is something that's constantly happening. I hate that we get to this point almost every year or two where we're acting like we're concerned with what's happening with black women and they're going missing. This is not something that's new. Y'all keep refurbishing this shit. It's happening all the time. Y'all don't give a fuck until the white media tell you to. And as soon as they stop talking about it, just like the water in Flint, y'all stop talking about it. That's the power they got. That's the power that we've given them. So I feel like black media has more of a responsibility to come balance these scales out, to cover different areas. Talk about the fucking trailer park. Let that become who these people are. Yes, they're racist, but what else? We got to expose these truths and talk about the psychology and the pathology that these motherfuckers have. And they have had historically. This ain't new shit. They've been this way. When there was nobody for them to be racist towards, they were still degenerate. How you explain that? So that makes them more than racist, just off by that logic alone. And this is by the truth. I mean, it's the truth. It ain't like I'm just making up some shit. Before there was any black folk around, degenerate. Rapists, murderers, pedophiles, homosexuals. Before there were any black people around, beating their women, raping their daughters. But now, they can tell you to tighten up. They can come, tell you how to be more moral. You take their model as for how you want your life to be, as you chase down this illusion of the American dream. That's the power of white media. That's the power that it's had on your mind, on your child's mind. You want to be like them. You seeking their validation at all times. That's the power of that media. So black media, I'm going to call on y'all to do more. The crowd, the audience, I'm going to call on y'all to want and expect more. Because these motherfuckers are savages, man. They telling you it's you. You're the savage. They telling you that it's you. And we got to change that shit. And we can change it by simply dealing with the reality. We don't have to put out propaganda. That's what they did. We don't got to do that. We can just tell the truth. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say. I wanted to come in here and call that out, and I'll be doing my part. I'm not a big channel or nothing like that. I don't even consider myself black media, but I'm going to come in here and tell the truth. They're not going to get me with the propaganda. I've been saying y'all need to live above propaganda for the longest. And a part of that is doing more than just calling white folk racist. They got some very sick-ass behaviors that this society will not expose, because the society isn't going to expose itself. You're not going to keep telling me, well, this white child that grew up in, a two-parent household, y'all say that two-parent household is the cure-all for everything. This kid still shot up the whole Walmart. Wow, how? This kid still shot up, or this person still shot up some event, just killing all these people. How? Why? Y'all told me that's broken home shit. That's black folks shit. That's what y'all told me. And this is the model family. Something's still broken within this family. Clearly, something's still broken. As you have your model family. You got racists coming out of two-parent households. Full-blown racist. Murderers coming out of full-blown two-parent households. If y'all told me two-parent households is the cure-all for everything. But if you look at white folk, you have to be like, well, no, clearly that can't be the cure-all for everything. Because these motherfuckers still degenerate as hell. No matter what. So. But I'm letting y'all the fuck alone now. Hopefully people were able to hear this video with an open mind, understand what I'm trying to say. Understand how we have to use the so-called black media to do more than just point out racism. These motherfuckers are sick. White folk have studied us. They broke us down. um, um, they broke us down as far as the psychology of black people. They got that shit. They think they got it down to a science. And I feel like we need to be getting our shit on the same level. And theirs, again, a lot of theirs is lies and propaganda and not dealing with what made black people this way. You put them in the ghettos. What's your excuse? You got free land. Why are you on meth? You see. We didn't talk about that. That's all the fuck I wanted to say. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Links to follow me on social media in the description box. Order a t-shirt from my brother. Donate via Patreon in the description box. Comment if you feel me to comment. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.